Okay, so I was going to start with the generator today, but I remembered we've got this rototiller and we don't garden anymore. So it's just coming into spring, so I figured I would deal with this one and get it up for sale. I did put it away several years ago with gas in it, so that is bad. I'm going to have to drain the tank, clean the carb, probably do an oil change on it, and see if we can get her fired up. So I cleaned all this out of the tines and decided to check, see if we had spark. I had to shut the door because it's really hard to see it. I'll see if I can. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. I got to hold. There is spark there. So, moving on. Okay, so I'm going to set you right here and we're going to try and get it to fire off of starting fluid. See if this is even worth doing. Yep. It's running off the starting fluid. So now drain the tank and we'll tear into the carburetor and probably put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. And I may have to address that. Alright, we'll be back. Well, that's what came out of the gas tank. Doesn't really smell like gas or like bad gas. But, yeah, strange. So I got that out of there. That was water that was in the dang tank. Strange. It's not too rusty inside. Surprised. But I wonder what the likelihood of just adding gas and getting this thing to fire might be. Well, let's try it. Okay, that didn't work. So carburetor's coming off. Okay, so I had to pull the muffler. Had to pull the choke. And then there's one. Let me grab. These are Torx. I believe they're T20. This one right back here, the angle coming down is such a degree that I stripped it, or started to strip it. And I had to go for a screwdriver instead of a socket and then go forward and backwards to loosen it up. And I finally got it out, but I'm going to have to replace that one. Anyway, so be aware of that one on these Craftsman 5 horsepower Briggs and Stratton things. And it looks like this thing just siphons right out of the tank. But I'll see if I can wiggle it off. There it goes. Yeah. Got some linkage down here. Trying not to break. That one. Ah, yeah, there's stuff there. Okay. Not sure about that one. Hey, come on. Let's see. No, maybe that. Looks like no big here. So there's the siphon tube and stuff down in the tank. I'm going to pull, can't get this, whoops, this, to release, so I'm going to pull this bolt and you can take it off that way. So there's carburetor. Looks like a pickup screen. Looks like it picks it up out of this one, out of the bottom of the tank. I don't know if that's just a reserve that it pulls in. I don't know. But that little pool is full of crap. I'll try and blow that down. The bit long one goes down in here, and then that metal screen just sits in this basin. So, cleaning we will go. Alright, so I went, put the carb in the ultrasonic cleaner, and it just gave up the ghost. It's not buzzing anymore. Thanks, Harbor Freight. So this is probably going to be a part 1, part 2 type of thing. I'll have to go from there. Alright, on the Rototiller, because my ultrasonic cleaner broke, we ended up just going with a China's On carburetor. Had to switch a few things over from the old one, and we're going to clean the gaskets off and try and get her on there. Okay, carburetor's on the manifold. Now I got to run the gaskets and set screws on the tank. Okay, man, take lots and lots and lots of pictures. This linkage was a nightmare. But this is the Chamazon carburetor. The only thing I don't like is this choke. It is super stiff. Real stiff. I'm going to try and run some grease or something on it. Try and get that fixed a little better, but yeah, I think we're about ready to test fire it. I did get a new spark plug and air filter with the kit, which will beat the one with the decayed moth on it. And I did replace those screws, the one that I stripped out. Yeah, so I'm going to swap that spark plug out just for giggles, and we'll try and fire it. Alright, I'm going to try and set you up there. See if you stay. I'm going to prime it with some starting fluid. Okay, so battery on my phone died somewhere there. I've already changed the oil. So I'm going to see if I can fire it up on camera if I didn't catch that before. Choke on. And that linkage that was binding up there, it just rides on a spring. I just bent the spring down a little bit. And it seems to have fixed it.